Every hedge fund office looks exactly the same. And it's not a coincidence. These billion-dollar trading floors are designed using psychology software to create the perfect environment for aggressive decision-making and maximum profit extraction. The open layouts eliminate privacy, creating competitive pressure that forces traders to take bigger risks and make faster decisions, while specific lighting and spatial arrangements trigger the psychological states that generate the most revenue for the firm. This isn't about efficiency. It's about environmental manipulation designed to override rational thinking and push human behavior toward maximum risk-taking. The same psychology used in casinos to keep people gambling is applied to trading floors to keep money managers betting with other people's fortunes. Here's what makes this especially twisted. Hedge funds spend millions on office design because they know that manipulating the physical environment can generate billions in additional profits by exploiting the psychological weaknesses of their own employees. When workspace design becomes a tool for behavioral control, these offices aren't just places to work. They're sophisticated psychological laboratories designed to extract maximum profit from human decision-making vulnerabilities.
Diamonds are completely worthless, and the biggest marketing scam in history convinced you otherwise. De Beers created artificial scarcity for one of the most common stones on Earth through a century-long manipulation campaign that manufactured the entire engagement ring tradition out of nothing. Before 1930, diamond engagement rings didn't exist as a cultural practice, but a single advertising slogan changed human behavior forever and created a $1 trillion industry from rocks that have no inherent value beyond industrial applications. The company controlled global supply, created fake demand through Hollywood product placement, and convinced generations of people that love could only be proven through expensive carbon crystals that are actually more common than emeralds, rubies, or sapphires. Here's what makes this especially brilliant and evil. De Beers invented the phrase, "a diamond is forever," specifically to prevent a resale market from developing, because if people could sell their diamonds, everyone would discover they're worthless. When an entire industry is built on manufactured scarcity and emotional manipulation, diamond engagement rings aren't symbols of love. They're monuments to the power of marketing to create value from nothing and trap consumers in traditions that only benefit corporate profits.
Credit cards were invented to trap you in debt, and Wall Street planned it from the beginning. In 1977, banks started mailing millions of unsolicited credit cards to Americans to create a debt-dependent consumer class that would generate billions in interest payments for decades. This wasn't about convenience. It was about systematic financial enslavement disguised as innovation, designed to circumvent usury laws and create permanent revenue streams from people who couldn't afford to pay cash for purchases. Banks moved their operations to states with no interest rate limits, allowing them to charge whatever they wanted while marketing credit as financial freedom, when it was actually the opposite. The entire system was designed to make minimum payments feel manageable while ensuring that most people would never pay off their balances, creating lifetime customers who pay far more in interest than they ever charged in purchases. Here's what makes this especially predatory. Credit card companies use sophisticated algorithms to determine exactly how much debt each person can carry without defaulting, maximizing their extraction while keeping people trapped in permanent payment cycles. When financial innovation is actually consumer exploitation technology, credit cards aren't tools for convenience. They're weapons designed to transform your future income into current bank profits through systematic debt dependency creation.
Lottery tickets are designed exactly like slot machines, and it's government-sponsored addiction targeting the poor. Scratch cards use specific colors, sounds, reward schedules, and near-miss psychology to trigger the same dopamine responses as casino gambling. But they're marketed as harmless fun while systematically extracting money from communities that can least afford to lose it. The psychology is so sophisticated that lottery companies employ the same behavioral scientists who design casino games, using variable reward schedules and artificial scarcity to create compulsive purchasing behaviors that generate billions in revenue from people chasing impossible dreams. States market lotteries as funding education, while actually operating regressive taxation systems that disproportionately target low-income communities with addictive gambling products disguised as civic participation. Here's what makes this especially cruel. Lottery marketing specifically targets financial desperation, promising escape from poverty while statistically guaranteeing that players will lose money and become more financially desperate over time. When governments become drug dealers selling hope addiction to their most vulnerable citizens, lottery tickets aren't entertainment. They're systematic wealth extraction tools designed to transfer money from poor communities to state coffers through engineered gambling addiction disguised as public service.
Every fast food logo is red and yellow, and it's designed to manipulate your brain chemistry. These colors aren't chosen for brand recognition. They're selected based on psychological research, showing that red increases heart rate and triggers appetite, while yellow creates urgency and mild irritation that makes you want to eat quickly and leave, maximizing table turnover and profit per customer. McDonald's, KFC, Burger King, Pizza Hut, and dozens of other chains all use the same color combination because it's the most effective way to manipulate human eating behavior and create the psychological conditions that generate maximum revenue from food sales. The colors trigger primal associations with fire and ripe fruit that bypass rational decision-making and directly stimulate hunger responses, while the urgency created by yellow ensures customers don't linger and reduce profit margins through extended occupancy. Here's what makes this especially manipulative. Fast food companies spend millions on color psychology research to determine exactly which visual triggers will make you hungrier, eat faster, and spend more money, treating your brain chemistry as a profit optimization system. When restaurant design becomes neurological manipulation, fast food logos aren't just branding. They're psychological weapons designed to override your conscious control over eating decisions and transform your biological responses into corporate revenue streams through systematic sensory exploitation.